Nice little loading screen, huh, folks? Let's find out a little bit more, shall we? Happy New Year, everyone. Are you in the mood for coffee and pastries? Snoopy and the gang sure are. Violet is going to be making a coffee and tea party in the coffee house that her parents rented for her. However, she hasn't decided on a theme yet. Patty suggests cute animals as a theme, like cats or dogs. But which should she choose? Well, Snoopy is going to attend to swing things towards the side of the dogs. And as you can see, this is the coffee house. Now, of course, I'm recording this moment right here on a Tuesday just to tell you guys that this event has indeed started. And you have the textbook 3 weeks to get it done. But before I go into a little bit more of this, I might as well take the time to tell you a little bit about Violet. Because as the story of this event goes, her parents rented out a coffee spot for her. So it's only fitting that we go to our wiki and turn off all of these terrible ass ads and learn a little bit about Violet. Violet Gray is a supporting female character and once a main character in the strip by Schultz. Her most recognizable feature is her trademark ponytail. Her closest friends are Lucy and Patty Swanson. While she often antagonizes him in the strip, Violet does have a nicer side towards Charlie Brown. It's actually true because early on in the comic strip, she had a crush on Charlie Brown. But because Charlie Brown has his eyes only for Heather, she got rebuffed. If you actually play some of Violet's quests in the game, they hint a little bit about Violet's feelings towards Charlie Brown. One of the strips earlier in the dating from 1951, Violet has seen less frequently after other female characters such as Lucy, Sally, and Peppermint Patty, and developed in the 50s and 60s. Post 70s, Violet is rare, and after that, only seen as a background character. Her last appearance was in 1997, before the Peanuts movie. And while we're on the topic of Peanuts movies, there's supposedly another Peanuts movie in the works on Apple TV. So if you have Apple TV, you should be seeing it. They've only showed like the art of it one time. So here she is in her debut where she actually had two ponytails instead of just the one that she normally has.
Well, hello there. You don't know me, do you? My name is Violet. You're real cute.
happy Snoopy.
Well, why didn't you introduce me?
Because dogs don't talk like that. She was the first character to join the original four Peanuts characters, Charlie Brown, Patty, Shermie, and Snoopy. Best friends with Patty, and they would often appear together as a duo. It's also interesting because some of Patty's earlier things were done with Violet. Because remember, when Patty started out, she only had two tasks. Both of them were done with Violet. Violet was often portrayed as an early school-age Susie homemaker, making mud pies, playing house, and imagining romantic scenes involving her and Charlie Brown. On rare occasions, she's shown walking and keeping company with Shermie. She also collects stamps as a hobby and plays left field, and sometimes third base, on Charlie Brown's theme, usually popping up in that capacity from time to time in later strips. See, this is what I was just talking about. At the beginning, Violet actually had a crush on Charlie Brown. But that dies out. Notably, Violet was the first character to not let Charlie Brown kick the football. However, her reason for pulling it away was for fear of him kicking her hand, whereas Lucy's was sheer malice. Sally. Lucy was also the first person to call Charlie Brown blockhead on August 16th, 1951. She never really developed a strong personality, especially when compared to the other three characters who were introduced right after Schroeder, Lucy, and Linus. She would eventually be utilized as a straight woman to set up punchlines, almost similar to that of Patty's role in the strip. However, when Violet first appeared a few months after Patty, we're talking about the regular Patty, not Peppermint, Violet would go on to become a much more prominent character. By the 60s, Violet rarely appeared in the strip as Patty and was more often seen hanging around with other friends, Lucy. But in the mid 70s, both Patty and Violet essentially disappeared. Schultz spoke on such in an '88 interview. Some characters just don't seem to have enough personality to carry out ideas, he said, referring to Violet, Patty, and Shermie. They're just almost born straight men. A good example has Violet setting up a toy farmyard, including a house, barn, tractor, and tree, which is suddenly hit by Charlie Brown's kite. He looks embarrassed, but not so worried as when his kite hit Lucy's hand in a previous strip. As the cast of the characters grew, Violet was left with very little to do besides antagonizing Charlie Brown. Her unofficial birthday is June 17th. Charlie Brown and Pigpen attend her party on that date in 1962. She mentions that her birthday was a month ago, and in the 1955 January 29th strip, Charlie Brown claims her birthday was yesterday. Her surname Gray was mentioned only once in 1953. And it's spelled Gray, not EY. Ooh, here's a scene. Here's a strip where she doesn't have her hair up. Initially braided in pigtails, after a little more than a year, she spotted a ponytail for the first time on March 26, 1952. Over the next year, her hairstyle alternated between braids and a ponytail for successive periods, after which her braids made only frequent appearances, until being seen for the last time for decades in January 16, 1955. The braids returned in 1989 on January 10th. It became so rare to see her without a ponytail in the strip. From November 23rd, 1962, Linus is startled enough to ask why she's wearing her hair down on her way to school. She yells it's because her mom didn't have time to comb her hair since she was in such a hurry to go to Linus's house to play pool with his mom. Remember, folks, Mrs. Gray and Mrs. Van Pelt are billiards buddies. I wonder why that never came up. Like, why was there never an interaction between between Linus or like Lucy or Linus with Violet playing pool?
Where's your ponytail, Violet? My mother didn't have time to comb my hair this morning. Why not? Because she's in such a hurry to go over your house to play pool with your mother. That's why.
I would like to know just how well Violet plays pool. Her dress is colored green in the animated TV specials and in the films. In other media, including the Peanuts movie, Violet's dress has been shown colored purple. Her most consistent personality trait is she tends to be a bit of a snob, often being very self-conscious of her appearance and status. It is implied that her family enjoys considerably higher class standing than the other characters. Both of her parents are college graduates, and her father earns more money than Charlie Brown's. In one strip, she orders Linus to dress more stylishly, whereupon he quickly transforms his blanket into an ascot. Frequently criticizes Pigpen for his inability to keep himself clean. Violet looks down often on people who fail to meet her elevated social standards, especially towards Charlie Brown, who she flatly states in one strip. It simply goes without saying that you are an inferior human being. His adroit reply to that was, if it goes without saying, why'd you have to say it? Let's look at this strip.
Our television screen is bigger than yours. It is? That's fine. I'll let you enjoy it. My dad makes more money than your dad. Our house is a lot bigger than yours, too. I realize that, and I'm happy for you. You drive me crazy.
Oh, man. And then the clapback, which Charlie Brown gets her.
My dad goes to PTA meetings. My dad has a son.
So as you can see with this previous personality thing, she's a little on the rich side, you know. And when you look at her house in the game, it's kind of a statement to that. Now let's go back into the game here, folks. I believe this one is Violet's house. Yes, the coffee bundle. We see that. Oh, that's Ethan's house. Which one of these is Violet's house? Uh, that's Ruby's house. Nope. Where did I put Violet's house? Here it is. So this is Violet's house in game. As you can tell, it's a lot bigger than Charlie Brown's house. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that we have Violet going in and being the quote unquote rich girl is nice, because there always has to be a hierarchy when it comes to these families. What's the first mini event for this? We got to get an oven. Looks like a little Dutch oven also. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of how things are going with this new event. It's Violet's Coffee House. Violet's character will definitely be something I hope we get expanded upon when it comes to this event. Because, in all honesty, since her parents are giving her this coffee house, it only makes sense that we get to see a little bit more of Violet here. Now, we already know that we've got these wonderful, wonderful little packets, but apparently they said that there was only one that's up for sale here. Look at the Snoopy. Look at that that cat couch. That stuff is just so nice. So, is that a pie dress that Peppermint Patty's wearing? Jeez. Let's see what else is going on here. Pots and shops. Wow. That's a play on pot shots. So we have Marcy and Linus as a waiter. Okay, he did not drop the plates. Good for him. The dog cafe with Snoopy and Sally, and the dog's coffee house pass. This is our pass for the event. The cat cafe. Is that Pussy Flan? That's Pussy Flan. And it wobbles. Well, might as well do the story for this event before I go into part one.
I'm going to have the best party ever, and you're all invited, even Charlie Brown. Really? Wow. What kind of party? Will it be Violet? And where will it be? My parents rented a coffee house for us. Isn't it great?
And that's the deal. Now, before I leave you today, that's the wrong tab. As you can see, Me getting that empty tab is usually why I can't get to my peoples. I need to look at Farron because this is like the perfect opportunity to get the cat suited and booted. And the saddest part is there was no mention of Farron in the packs. So let's go to the cat and let's see what's happening. Like, this is so sad. It's so sad. Zero outfits. Oh, it's so sad. Missed opportunities right here. It truly is a missed opportunity. Poor Farron. You gets no love, dude. You really get no love. It would have been nice to get you back in the action here, but it's just unfortunate. This is a missed opportunity. Well, good luck everybody in this event. But for now, I take my goose from the oven because I'm done. Leave your thoughts of Patty in the comments section below.